So you're not being able to send and receive emails either, and you probably haven't noticed that. So,
okay.
yeah. Okay, so there's the email. Okay, message from Mark, relationships. And I think Indiana's really good about this. You guys kind of work as a team and a family and all that. We need to be building relationships within our districts and our regions. We need to support each other and kind of be like a family. I know I've developed friends for life through Convention of States Dale and everybody, a lot of the people on the Indiana team that I've met and I know personally I've worked with for a long time, consider them friends for life, as well as many across the country. And you need to build those relationships with your legislators. That's what that 34 Ready's for. This message came from Mark, and I totally believe it. The strongest teams are the ones that are doing those things. You can read point number 2 on your Slack. It's if anybody does anything wrong, says anything wrong, whatever, we all screw up. We all have each other's backs. I have your back. If anything goes wrong, you need my help. Whatever, we stand up for each other whenever anytime it's needed. Convention of States University. This is the university has really improved over what we used to have. For anybody that's been on for a long time, back before we switched to Citizen Builder, they've got it out there now. They've got a lot of good courses. If anybody was on the Tuesday night call last night, Susan Sigler went over a bunch of them and recommended a bunch. And even though you're not on the comms team, you're not an SCC, you're not a social media warrior, you're not a content writer or whatever, I personally recommend the State Communication Coordinator course. Well, after you take the course for your role, the State Communication Course 100 and State Communication Course 200, because there's some tools in there that everybody could use, and they're just fabulous. But browse all those courses on there. Now, I'm messaged out to all the states. The state leaders need to be looking at the course attendance in the dashboard and make sure at least the people are taking the courses for their role. And then if any other courses that you guys want to take. I know you do that in your training up front or something like that. So all good there. Indiana does all the right things. And on the Citizen Builder dashboard, you may have noticed a change when you log into Citizen Builder and you go there. There's some new graphics on there that show how many people are in the follow-up tool and all kinds of different new and updated statistics for what's going on in your state with mostly follow-up tool, but onboarding and things like that. So make sure you check that out. It's pretty cool. They'll be changing it. And for those of you that have registered, well, even if you haven't registered for the Cause Leadership Summit, there's a new page out there, and that's in my post on Slack too. If it got changed because I gave Susan the wrong link in the beginning, she had to go back and change them all. But it's new and updated. It's got the speakers on there, and it's got the agenda and all that. And the reason I said even if you're not going to check it out, because keep an eye out, because they're the people that couldn't go and have to stay home, they will broadcast a lot of it so you can watch it. And there could possibly, I'm not promising this, there was some talk about it, but there's possibly going to be a way at times you'd be able to participate in it in some way. So, yeah, be ready for that. Like I said, no promise on that, but they're going to broadcast the summit at times. And those of you that are going to the summit, there's going to be a guide for the summit workshops, because we're having lots of workshops, and this guide will kind of indicate which ones should mostly interest you based on your role and your interest in convention states. And I covered the email problems, and other than that, love being with the awesome team, and I'm really depressed I'm going to have to get off this call because I love these calls.
Can you hang on for another 5 minutes or so?
Yeah, I can do that for 5 minutes.
Okay, hang on. All right, thanks, Rod. Anybody got any questions for Rodney or anything?
Yeah.
Who's yeah?
That was me.
Oh.
I got a question for myself.
You got a question for you?
Yeah, anybody
Okay, Rodney. Thank you very much. Hang on here, bud. Okay, let's get into now the grassroots area, and we'll talk about some new leaders and different reports and so forth. Okay, we picked up 2 new district captains, and I think they're going to be starting training, but we got one in District 36 and one in District 52. So welcome aboard, Caleb and Jeffrey, and we'll be bringing them on these calls after they've gone through a couple modules. We got 2 district captains that I thought were going to get their training completed in July, but they didn't make it. But they will definitely have it completed in August, so we'll be picking up or activating a couple more district captains. So that's where we are with new leaders. And of course now, as you all know, we're looking for district captains, event coordinators, so forth and so on. Still looking to fill more positions in our leadership. Now, this brings me to our new guy that has come in to be with us and work with us here in Convention Estates in Indiana. And like I said, I caught up with him and recorded an interview that I had with him to give him his new name and so forth. So hopefully I can get this going for us, and you'll be able to see what we talked about. And the guy is very excited about working with us. So I hope this link works here. All right, here we go, guys. Well, hi, young man. It's really good to see you again. Thanks for coming in and talking with us again.
Dale, I'm so glad you got a hold of me. I was just tidying up a bit outside of my cave.
I've got some very, very exciting news for you. As you recall, the last time we met, we decided to try and find a name for you. Well, I have some great news for you this evening. We have a name for you now. We compiled a list of suggested names from all of our leadership personnel, and I might say the list was quite long. Then we put the list out for votes, and the voting was finalized yesterday, or excuse me, last Monday evening, and the winning name is Marengo Mike.
Oh, Dale, that's super. I don't think I could have come up with a better name myself. Thank you, thank you.
Now, we want to put you to work as soon as possible. We have 2 projects in mind. The first project, I think, is for you to do a little autobiography of yourself, because probably a lot of people will not understand the name Marengo. Of course, all those of us here in Indiana will know what that means. But so you might want to do a little autobiography of yourself to introduce yourself and tell people about your name and what your role is going to be in Convention of States here in Indiana. Now, the second project that we have in mind right now is, I think it's going to be regarding our district captain training program. I think we're going to look at maybe you introducing the program to new district captains.
Oh, gosh.
So I hope those projects excite you, and we're looking forward to utilizing you not only with these two projects, but many, many more.
Oh, Dale, I am so excited to be part of COS Indiana. I'm eager to get started, and I can't wait to get back to the cave and tell my buddies my new name. Thank you, and thanks to all those district captains who came up with such a wonderful name. Thanks, Dale.
All right. Well, there you go, Marengo Mike.
That was awesome.
You like that, Rodney?
I like that.
We threw that together really quickly, and we're going to continue working on this and improving it. Ken Kashiba, our state communications coordinator, is the one doing this. So the cat's out of the bag. That's Ken Kashiba is Marengo Mike. So Ken's got to go. Ken's workload has just increased a great deal, folks. So I hope everyone is happy with this, and we'll make him a star here in Indiana. Okay, I want to get into just a couple of our tracking reports that we normally look at. The districts per region report. I won't go into any detail on these because this report, as well as the next one, the petition growth report, these are pinned items. After the call this evening, tomorrow I will pin these on Slack to the general channel. So if you want to look at these. By the way, I am recording our call tonight. I didn't start the recording, nor I forgot to get it started when I should have, but so I started it about when Rodney came on. But anyway, we do have a recording tonight. We will have at least. Okay, our district per region. We picked up a couple our district captains, but we lost a few in July. These were individuals that got further along in the training program and decided that wasn't for them. So we're now at 22 districts, and like I said, as far as region captains, we're at 2 right now, looking to bring on a 3rd one in August, because we want to get more region captains in place by the end of the year. Petition growth. We had 381 new petition signers in July. Region 2 led the way with 73. Year to date, Region 4 leads the way. And so, as I said, we're moving along. We're at about 35,000. Now, 381 per month is not going to get us to our 40,000. So we've got to step things up here and get some more people signing petitions and joining us to get to that 40,000. I'm sure we'll make it, but we got to step it up here. Okay, does anybody have any questions on these 2 reports? Anybody have any comments or questions? Okay. All right. Let's get then to our legislative with Paul. Paul, are you still on?
Yes, sir. I'm right here.
All right. You're up, guy.
Well, this is going to be brief. The Free to Be Free podcast, I did publish a new episode within the last week or so, and it covered the 6 amendments that we've had proposed since our founding that were not ratified by the states. And I'd encourage you, if you haven't, go out and listen to it. I've gotten some really good feedback on it. And related to the podcast then, tonight I'll be on, right after this, I'll be on a call with Garrett Humberson and the state communication coordinators, and we are discussing podcasts. So myself and an individual from Florida who does a podcast are sort of offering up how we've done this and trying to proliferate and encourage more podcasts from our troops. Beyond that, the Target Legislator Tracking Report, I think you've got that up next, Dale, right?
Right.
Excuse me. This is really no change from last month, but I haven't got a full report yet from Vicki Mooring at the State Fair. It could be that she's roped in another supporter in Senator Andy Zay. We at least have photographic evidence of them talking, right, Dale?
Right.
We just don't have. Huh?
They posed for a picture. Let's put it that way.
Okay. So we're just waiting a report from Vicki to see if she brought him around or not. He expressed some concerns about term limits yesterday when they talked. So we went over some talking points to try and get him a little more comfortable, and I can't wait to hear what the results are.
Yeah, I want to interject here, Paul, that I did an analysis on what we've been doing for the first 6 months of this year, and this area of legislator appointments and meetings, and including target legislators, we have not done a very good job so far. Now, we've got some things put in place that hopefully we'll pick it up here in the second half. But as Paul was saying, this report here, as far as target legislators, have we moved any that were undeclared or opposed? Have we moved them to the support column? And the answer is no. So this is something we've got to address, and we are going to do it. We are addressing it in the second half. So just be aware that this is an area we've really got to improve on.
Yep.
Okay, Paul, I know you got to take off, and Maya's not with us tonight. Did you want to cover her area real quick too?
Sure. So she's still been active with Teenage Republicans and is making some great connections there, and we're hoping that she'll be able to land a presentation on Convention of States for one of their meetings over the next couple months. And then Keith Carmichael is restarting some of the coalitions, and he's got a nationwide conference call coming up on Tuesday for the Young Americans Coalition. So Maya's going to attend that. And then she's also got a contact that Gary had passed on to her. She's been doing a little bit of texting with him and trying to set up a meeting to maybe get him on board as a social media warrior or something like that. Okay. And then today she told me they got 2 or 3 more Young American contacts at the Huntington Fair. So cool. A little bit of activity there.
Great. All right. Thanks, Paul.
Sure.
Anybody have any questions for Paul before he jumps off? He's got another call he's got to get on. Okay. All right. Comms team. Ken, you there?
Hi, Dale.
Hey, Ken.
How you doing tonight?
Good. What you got going on?
Good. Well, be up on what's been going on at the comms team level. As you're now aware of, I've been state character, getting him infused, and it's nice to see him officially named. I think that was kind of a neat little contest we were able to have, and appreciate everybody's input on that. Kind of burn out a few fuses working on that, so to come up with a name was the last thing I needed to do, so I appreciate the team coming together on that. And hopefully, we'll be able to use some ways, just to throw a little brevity and levity, and as well as maybe bring across some points to some people who can appreciate, Carolina. Hopefully we'll do as well. But the other area that I've been working on and continue to work on, I'm trying to still work with Dale to get this Indiana Live introduction up. We're going to go ahead with a silent one for a while, and a few other formats we're working on. So hopefully that'll get solved. That'll take one less thing to be worried about there. Other than that, just really appreciative of John and everybody on the social media side that have been doing a great job. Am I fading? Okay.
Yeah,
Is
you're
that better?
fading in and out.
Let me increase volume. It might be our connection.
Yeah.
Better.
Nah.
No?
No.
Okay. Nope. Losing me? All right. I don't know what else to say. If you can't hear me, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah. You do sound louder, but you're
okay. Maybe it's
I think it's the connection. Your screen
fading
up momentarily, and
yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's the connection.
All right.
Land on the heat. We'll just end it with just basically saying that John Ackerman and the social media people on that side have been taking a load off the comms team from this side, and they've been doing great. We're going to work on and hopefully get some more footage. So thanks, guys.
All right. Thanks, Ken. All right, John. John, I saw you on there. You there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm working without my camera tonight, though, so you can hear me but not see me.
I can hear. That's right. Okay.
Yeah, there are two big things. I mean, there's plenty going on with the media liaison and social media warriors, but two big things I want to highlight in this month's meeting. And one is that anybody online who's listening to this, either live or via the recording, if you're active on social media, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, any of those things, I'd like to hear from you. I'd like to get you signed up as a social media warrior. And anybody who lives anywhere that has a local newspaper, we need people to write letters to the editor. And we've got sample letters and we've got instructions on how to do that. But I feel that one of the more effective things that we can do is get real people in real cities and towns across Indiana to write public letters to the editor and get the word out. I know that in my town, it was a letter to the editor I wrote 3-4 years ago. It got quite a few really good people involved in convention states. So anybody who's willing to do that,
John? You still there, John?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. That was one of the things that I did early on in Convention Estates was I wrote a letter to the editor here, and I think it was the Journal-Gazette here in Fort Wayne. And to my surprise, it was immediately posted. And so I had never done that before, and that was quite an experience. So I'm glad you brought that up. That is, I would encourage anyone and everyone. And I've been told Larry Wee Wee I know does this, and I know Larry has told me that a lot of, especially the smaller newspapers and the smaller communities around the state, they are looking for content for their newspapers. So your letter may get fast attention. So that's a good thing to get going. So thanks, John, for bringing that up. Anything else, John?
No, that's the only two things I want to highlight.
All right. Thanks, John. Thank you. Anybody have any questions for John or Ken? Okay. Well, I wanted to take the opportunity to talk a little bit about our broadcast, COS Indiana Live. That's an every Monday night broadcast at 7 p.m. And through July 15th, we've been reaching on average about 263 people and we're averaging views of about 100. So we're coming along good. Now, coming up in August, we've got some really great personnel that are going to participate in our Monday night broadcast. Melba Kaiser is going to talk on August 5th about term limits. Richard Loken is on August 12th, is going to talk about enumerated powers. And Larry Wee is scheduled for August 26th, and I don't know what his topic is yet. We will get that figured out.
Relax.
Okay. I got Diane Gomez coming up on July 29th. This is just next Monday evening. And she's going to talk about the grassroots movement on a national basis. And then, of course, August 19th, we have Senator Holman scheduled for our next legislator interview. So looking forward to that. So we're coming along very well with this broadcast, and hope to continue growing and getting more people involved. Anybody have any questions about that? If you're interested at all in participating in one of these broadcasts, please get in contact with me, and we'll get you slated and get you scheduled. Okay. Well, I want to talk about newsletters. And, last month we featured a couple newsletters from a couple of our couple people in leadership. This month I wanted to feature one of our new, she's actually a co-district captain for District 28, and she just finished her training in July, and boy, she jumped right on board and has put out a newsletter using the newsletter template and the Citizen Builder email program. So this is just the first page of her newsletter, but I just wanted to recognize, this is Courtney Love, and I wanted to recognize Courtney for the outstanding job she's doing here. Just very, very good. You notice she's got a picture of her family there on the first page of this newsletter. So take note here, because we're asking every district captain to generate a monthly newsletter to your people. So Courtney's really getting on the program here. So very good, Courtney. Thank you very much. Let's talk about information tables. And some of these pictures I literally got this evening before the broadcast, or before the call here, and I had to hustle and get them in here. But we've got three fairs going on in the last week, and one is finishing up tonight, I think. But the first one here is the Hamilton County 4-H Fair, and this is in this picture we have.
Where did you go?
Who was that? Well, in this picture we have a new district captain, Fred Dennison, and his son, who is one of our volunteers, Matthew Dennison, and they volunteered to work at the Hamilton County 4-H Fair. Now, they were just working there. I want to recognize the two district captains in that region that actually organized this whole this information table at the fair, and that's District Captain Larry Hudson and District Captain Melba Kaiser. They are the two that organized this information table. So Fred and his son Matthew were just working there, but they put together a really, really good-looking information table. So I want to thank them and Larry and Melba for the work that they've done on that. The next one I wanted to point out here in the center, this is the District Captain Larry Wee and the Franklin County Fair. Now that's Larry there in the red shirt, but So this was this is Larry's, I think, second year that he's done this, and so I want to thank Larry for what he's done with the Franklin County Fair, and all these fairs. I have to admit and thank everyone, since you were out in the heat. I mean, in that terrible hot weather, that you all went out and did this. So I really appreciate your efforts. Now, on the far right here, this is these pictures I just got in this evening, but I managed to get them in here. And this is at the Huntington County Fair here in near Fort Wayne in Huntington. And this is District Captain Vicki Mooring is the one that put this together. Victoria has just really been on fire. She's been doing a great job. Up here at the top is Victoria and Maya Phillips, our Young Americans for COS coordinator. Paul and Maya went down and helped out at this fair. So we got a picture of Maya and Victoria. And in the middle there, you have Victoria and Senator Jay. I think that's the right name. So he came by, and they were able to talk with him. And so we got a picture of Victoria and the senator. And then on the lower picture is Victoria and the senator and Ed Paraguay. So Ed Paraguay is district captain from District 85, and so he was there helping out. I think he helped a great deal in building this table. Ed's become a real pro at these information tables. So so we got a picture of the three of them there. So once again, I want to thank everyone for their efforts here, and I know we've got some more going on, but we've really stepped it up when it comes to information tables and getting out to these events. So thank you, thank everyone. I want to thank everyone for the job that they're doing there. It's very, very good. Anybody have any comments or questions? All right, all right. Everybody's pretty quiet tonight.
Hey,
What?
Dale. Yeah, it's George. I just talked to Vicki. She called their turn down the booth in Huntington, and she said they got like 53 or 57 petitions signed over the course of the fair. Our location wasn't real great, and in the real hot weather and stuff, and yeah. So, but yeah, I think that all went really well. Yeah, 50 is more than I was expecting out of it.
Yeah. Well, great. Glad to hear that. I think I know. Did I see Larry Hudson on here tonight? Yeah, Larry. Larry, you got anything you want to contribute about the Hamilton County Fair?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you, Dale.
Oh, there you go. How you want any comments you want to make on the Hamilton County Fair?
It was didn't have a very good turnout. I think the weather was so darn hot and humid. At least the vendors that were in the commercial tent that we were in complained vociferously that there just wasn't a lot of people moving around. We had, I think, our count was 19, and we were there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and part of Sunday.
Okay, all right. Well, I know, man, that heat had to have been really rough. So, thanks, Larry.
Larry, sorry, this is Melba. Larry, why don't you tell them about your neighbor, Deborah?
Oh, yeah. I did meet one of young lady in House District 24, and I've emailed her since the fair is over, and we're going to meet probably midweek next week, as we're both going out of town this weekend. I'm leaving tomorrow. She's leaving Saturday. but she's involved with homeschooling, and I don't know exactly the particulars, but she teaches and has used Michael Ferris's material extensively with kids. And she's basically teaching, I won't call it civics, she's teaching the Constitution, actually. And she's asked that if we could, she was hoping that we might be able to work something out whereby a COS perspective is into this. I'm not sure if she teaches daily or if it's 2 or 3 times a week. I don't know what she's doing exactly this summer, but hopefully there's an opportunity for us to get COS out in that regard.
I wanna talk to you about her because I think I know who you're talking about.
Her name's Debbie Stewart,
and I think I've talked with her before.
Okay.
And yes, would love to find a way to get her involved. Yes.
Yeah, she's very, very outgoing, very animated, and her heart's really in it. You can tell.
Right.
She's passionate.
Right. Good contact, Larry. Good. Melba, how'd you make it?
Well, I survived with Larry's help and with Fred's help and Jack's Earth, and I want to thank them all for putting up with that horrendous weather.
Yeah.
As Larry said, we did not get a lot of petition signers, but what I found very exciting was the interest that Deborah expressed. Also, I met up with a woman who was the Hamilton County Republican Women's president, and I asked her about doing a presentation for that group, and she told me that they're already scheduled for 2019, but we're looking at early 2020, so that's a great contact.
Good.
And I was also very happy that we had several young people, meaning less than 18, come by the booth. A couple of them said they had heard about Convention of States, and they consider themselves conservatives, and they were very interested in getting information. So aside from them, we also had a bunch of people who just decided they wanted to go home and get more information. So I think all in all, it was a pretty interesting day.
Good, great.
Pretty interesting weekend.
Well, thank you both for putting that together. Good job. Larry Wee, were you still on?
Yep.
How did it go at your fair?
Well, actually, it went a little bit better than last year. Last year we had one night that was a total washout. This year we only had one night that was a half of a washout. I think the overall crowd was a little thin, due to the heat that everyone else was struggling against. But overall, I've got commitments for about 40 petition signings, and as I pointed out, we're so close to the Ohio border. A few of the folks I talked to actually were Ohio residents, so I encouraged them to go sign on the for our brethren on the Ohio side of the border. Yeah. So one of the things that I've found in this, both times going out there, that I've got that sandwich board out there where I've just got proposed amendments out there and just have them as almost as a challenging question. What amendment would you propose? That has been my single best thing to draw people's attention, because I can put that out, right out. You can see it just to the right of on the picture there. I happen to have it placed, oddly enough, close to a trash can. Well, people are regularly making trips to the trash can, and they're seeing it. And I probably reeled in about a half of the folks in there because I saw them stop the trash. They looked at the board, and then I started talking to them. So that has actually proven to be one of the better tools I've got for that.
Good job. Good. All right, guys. Thank you very much once again. I know that the heat was it was a terrible hot time, But I really appreciate you all getting out there and doing this. So thank you very much. Good job. Good job. All right, let's. I wanted to touch on Ken, and I don't think Ken is with us tonight. Tim Heidenreich. But Tim is our state prayer contact person, and if you know, I sent out an email to everyone here, or I forwarded his email to me, listing the types of things that he's interested in hearing from people about that maybe are requesting prayer. Could be an upcoming event, could be a legislative issue, some kind of a critical role here in our state, personal needs. So if you have a need that you think you would like to have some prayer directed toward that, please get in contact with Tim. And I've got his phone number and, of course, his email address there. So, and he will pass that on to the national group that will be actually conducting the prayer. Okay, let's wind it up here and go around the horn. Keep in mind our August state call will be August 28th. It's always the fourth Wednesday of every month. So you want to put that on your calendar, 8 p.m. So let's see who we got on here tonight. Well, we just talked with Larry Hudson and Larry Wee Wee. Jerry, you there? Jerry Rowe? All right, Jerry must be working on something right now. How about Thomas? Thomas, you there?
I'm here.
Got anything you wanted to contribute?
Oh, gee whiz. Anything? Oh, just this one. I took a small trip down to the local Richmond Senior Center. I was wearing my new shirt that I bought that says "Just Fly It" from the logo store.
Uh-huh.
It started a conversation. This one guy, he says, "I like your shirt." I said, "Yeah, but you can only get it from here at conventionofstates.com. He says, "I know. I'm a member."
Oh, okay.
I said, "Where you live at?" And he says, "Muncie." And then he went off on Muncie. And and I said, you know what I really need? I need somebody up there. If you really are excited as you seem to be, why don't you volunteer for, that's when he backed away. He backed away. Never did catch his name, but it did cause another guy to ask how many states we have.
Yeah.
And I said, well, we only got 15 right now. But he says, just 15. But we need people.
All right. Good, Tom. Thank you. Okay, Gary, how about you? Anything else you want to say?
Yeah, I just wanted to say again about the fair that although we got 53 petitions down there at the Huntington County Fair, I'm going to guess for every petition we got, we probably talked to 4 or 5 people. So we had an opportunity to get face-to-face with several hundred people, hand them literature, and encourage them to go online. And really the fairs or any place you can get face-to-face with people and talk about it is an opportunity to take that opportunity and make the most of it.
All right. Good deal. Thanks, Gary. Okay, got a couple phone numbers here. I don't know who these people are. Who's 2713? Who's 8757?
That's me, Dale. I jumped off of my computer connection because it was blinking out.
Oh, okay. All right. You got anything else you want to say?
Nope. I'm good, thanks.
All right, thanks.
Dale? I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I could not unmute myself fast enough. So on 2713, I met with Representative Chuck Goodrich this morning, and he is very positive and a definite supporter for Convention of States. In fact, he wanted to make a copy of the whole folder that I gave him to give it to the state legislative liaison, because I guess they want to look at the 34 Ready plan closer and see how they can start working on it. And he also wants a copy of that audio CD for that person.
Oh,
So
great.
he is a positive.
Good deal. Thank you, Mel.
Mm-hmm. You're welcome.
Glad you mentioned that. Good deal. All right, Dallas, you still on?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Got anything on your mind?
Just like to thank Courtney for her stepping up and helping out during my busy season. And I was really interested in, I believe it was Larry's sandwich board with almost a challenge of which amendment they'd like to propose. That sounds like a really good icebreaker and something to draw people to your table. So I may end up working to incorporate that with Courtney and I's future public engagements.
All right, good deal. Yeah, Courtney is co-district captain with Dallas in District 28. So you got a good person there, Dallas. Good deal.
Yes.
Diane, I see you're on this evening. Are you still there, Diane? Unmute yourself.
There we go. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, now we can hear you.
Okay, great. Hello. Well, I was listening to Melba and Larry Hudson talk about the Hamilton County Fair, and I have to say my face got a little red because Melba is my district captain, and I signed up to work at the fair but messed up the time and didn't go. I missed my shift, and Larry covered for me. So thank you so much, you guys. That's super embarrassing to miss my shift like that.
Oh, you owe Larry.
I still love you, Diane.
Thank you.
Not a problem, Diane.
Thanks. And I think the results of it are great. You know, when because I had talked to Melba afterwards about the contacts she made, and I know you wanted more, petition signatures, but those results are still great. It's those contacts and beginning of those relationships that's just where it's at.
Yeah.
And I'm really looking forward to the summit. During my day job on national staff, I've been working to secure funding to make the summit happen, and I see we've got a good group from Indiana attending, and I can't wait to see them there in person. This is going to be such a big event for us, for people from our volunteers from all over the country to be together is going to be so empowering. And I notice our next state call is after that event, so I think we're just going to have so much excitement to share. So really looking forward to that.
Good deal. Thank you, Diane. Thank you. All right, George, you want to wrap it up? You got anything?
I was a little late getting back from my appointment in Fort Wayne today, so I got on here late. Were you going to name the cartoon guy tonight, and did I miss that?
You missed it, George. You missed it.
So what is it? What's his name?
Marengo Mike.
Okay. Franklin lost. Oh, well. Okay. Yeah. Marengo Mike. Okay.
Yeah, when you watch the recording of the call tonight, you'll see the segment that we did. We did an interview with him. And where we told him his new name and everything, so you'll get to see that.
Okay, doke. Thanks. Good night, everybody.
All right.
Dale, this is Larry.
Yeah.
I don't want to put a damper on things, but I did get an email back. You had asked me some time ago to make contact with Senator Ford.
Yeah.
And I talked with his legislative assistant, Ethan. And I had asked for some time with him, and he said he would talk with him and see about working something out. And he emailed me earlier this week, and he's unable to meet with me. I don't know if that means he's unable to meet forever, or so we'll just have to keep trying.
Okay. Well, thanks, Larry. Thank you for stepping out there trying. That's what we need. Thank you very much. Thanks. Okay, folks, that's it for our call this evening. Thank you all for everything you're doing. And really, things are really looking up. I think we're going the right direction here. And we just got to keep plugging away. So we'll see you again for the August call on August 28th. So everyone, have a great evening. Good night.
Night.